Pirkay Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, Chapter 4, Mishnah 5. Rabbi Yishmael, son of Rabbi Yossi, says, Haloimed Torah, one who studies Torah, al manat, with the intention, lilamed, to teach, maspikin biyado, he is granted the opportunity, lilmod, to study, ulilamed, and to teach. V'halomed, and one who studies, al manat, with the intention, la'asot, to do, or to practice. Maspikin biyado, is granted the opportunity, lilmod, to study, ulilamed, and to teach, lishmor, to observe or to guard, v'la'asot, and to do or to practice. The simple reading is that Rabbi Yishmael is extolling the virtue of studying for the sake of implementation, of implementing what one studies, rather than one who studies just for the sake of teaching. There are a number of questions to be asked on this Mishnah. Number one, what's wrong with studying for the sake of teaching? Should not teachers prepare their lessons? Conversely, the one who is studying for the sake of practicing, for the sake of implementing that which he studies, is granted the opportunity to teach. Well, he hasn't prepared the lesson. Why is he being granted the opportunity to teach? Maybe he's not a good teacher. So perhaps we might suggest that, given the context, the entire Mishnah is talking about a teacher. And the reason why I'm saying so is because the Mishnah leaves out the option of study for the sake of study. It only gives two options: study for the sake of teaching or study for the sake of practicing. What happened to study for its own sake? Which the Mishnah elsewhere extols the virtues of that. And therefore I'm suggesting the entire Mishnah is talking about a teacher. But two attitudes of a teacher. One teacher is studying, he's preparing his lesson just for the sake of teaching. He wants to demonstrate his capacity to explain things very well, and that's the intention. That's the condition for his preparing of the lesson. The other one is also a teacher. He's also preparing his lesson, but he has a whole different intention. He's not simply looking to teach. He's not simply looking to explain the content, but he's looking to la'asot. We translated the word before to mean to do, to observe, but the word la'asot can also mean to make. In fact, the idea of tikkun olam comes from a comment our sages make on the word la'asot. The verse states with respect to creation, Asher bara Elokim la'asot, which God created to make. And our sages say, la'asot, to make, means letaken, to rectify. And that's where the idea of tikkun olam, rectification of the world or perfecting the world, comes from. And therefore, perhaps the same translation can be offered here. This is a teacher who is preparing his lesson not merely with the intention of teaching the content to his students, but rather la'asot, he wants to make his students, he wants to perfect them, he wants to correct them. He's not just looking to show off his capacity to explain things, but he's actually looking to build a student up. La'asot, not just that he should observe that which he is learning, but to make the student. He wants to correct the student, he wants to perfect the student. Then he's granted the opportunity to study, to teach. Lishmor, not just to observe, as we translated earlier, but to guard, like shmirah, to guard his student. One who is looking to just show off their oratory abilities and just to show off how well they can explain content is not going to protect the student from negative influences. But one who is teaching with the intention of trying to build the student up, not only will they be busy with providing content, but they'll also be busy with guarding the student from harmful content. And of course, la'asot will be granted the opportunity to build up the student. This reminds me of a talk I once heard from the Rebbe via a video recording. And the Rebbe was explaining how one should choose a mashpia, how one should choose a mentor. And the Rebbe cites our sages, which tell us that there are three defining characters of the Jewish people: bashful, kind, and empathetic. And the Rebbe says, if these are the three defining characters of the Jew, then when you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for a mentor who has these defining characters, who exemplifies these defining characters. A mentor who's kind, a mentor who's empathetic, and a mentor who's humble or bashful. And I remember thinking to myself, what happened to looking for a mentor who's wise? And the truth is, When you're looking for a mentor, you're not just looking for someone who can explain ideas to you very well. You're looking for a mentor who is empathetic to you. You're looking for a mentor who cares about you and wants to build you up. He's kind, he's humble, beyond just being able to explain the content. Similar to our Mishnah, the teacher is looking not lilamed, not just to teach the content, but la'asot. He's looking to build you up. And therefore this Mishnah is an instruction to the teacher, in that when the teacher prepares the lesson, they shouldn't just have the content and the teaching in mind, but the building of the student in mind. And likewise, it's an instruction to a student. When you're looking for a teacher, you're looking for a mentor, find someone who's empathetic and has your growth, your tikkun, your perfection, your la'asot at their heart.